Hello, you guys. How are you? How are you? How are you? Listen, I want to say thank you again for tuning in. If you are listening in on my podcast, Nonprofit Nuggets with Jennifer Yarbrough, welcome back. Welcome back. Please like, please share, and subscribe. If you are listening in on my YouTube channel, thank you so very much for listening in. I would also invite you to please like, please share, and subscribe. Listen, this is an opportunity as we go into this new year to really position your organization foundationally, structurally, and also with your plan and your strategy for how you're going to sustain it. All right. I'm going to say something. You guys who know me and follow me, I'm liable to say anything, right? But I'm going to say something that might surprise you. Okay. I'm going to say something that might surprise you. Money isn't your biggest problem, right? I'm always talking about money is not your problem. Money's not your problem. Money's not your problem. Money really is not your biggest problem. All right. Funding does not fix a broken nonprofit. I'm going to say that again. Funding does not fix a broken nonprofit. In fact, getting money too soon actually makes things worse. Today, I'm going to break down why new nonprofit leaders stay stuck, why you stay stuck, why you keep spinning your wheels, and while you're working for months, sometimes years, with no support and no clear momentum. I'll also show you the exact steps to turn it around fast and how to avoid the mistakes that keep 90% of nonprofits broke, confused, and overwhelmed. All right. At the end, I'm going to give you guys a free nonprofit funding checklist, which tells you exactly what you're missing and how to fix it. Okay. Here we go. When people say start a nonprofit, you can get a grant. What they don't tell you is you can only get grants if you have clarity, if you have structure, if you have trust, if you have visibility, if you have proof, if you have outcomes, if you have consistency. I'm going to say that again. You can only get grants if you have clarity, structure, trust, visibility, proof, outcomes, and consistency. Not paperwork, not passion, not programs, not a logo, not a website, not a 501(c)(3) status. The lie is that nonprofit equals funding. That's a lie. The lie is that not that a nonprofit equals funding, right? Start a nonprofit, you can get funding. Start a nonprofit, you can get a grant. Start a nonprofit, you can get donations, right? That's a lie. The truth is, fundability gets funding. Fundability gets funding. And right now, most of you are building a nonprofit, but not building a fundable nonprofit. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Here's what funders won't tell you to your face, but I will. Okay. I'm going to tell you what they won't tell you. Funders reject new nonprofits because your mission statement is not clear. Your program model looks unfinished. Your budget doesn't make sense. You have no track record or measurement plan. Your online presence doesn't show any real work. Your structure looks unstable and unpredictable. And they don't see capacity, they see chaos. And most important, they don't trust you yet. Okay? I don't want you to feel some kind of way about this. All right? This is not about personality. This is not, don't take this personally. Look at this structurally. Don't take this personally. Look at this structurally. Trust comes from systems, not emotions. Okay? Listen, you're not stuck because you're not working hard. You're not stuck because you're not working hard. You're stuck because you're working hard on the wrong things. Did you hear what I said? You're working hard on the wrong things. Let me list where many of you spend too much time. You're spending too much time on brainstorming ideas, creating logos, making flyers, running tiny events, right? Posting randomly, getting lost in Google searches, watching endless YouTube videos, chasing sponsors, applying for grants too soon, and begging people to give. None of these things create fundability. What does create fundability? A clear mission, a structured program, a basic but realistic budget, an evaluation plan, consistent visibility, a defined target audience, and proof of need. This is the work that actually moves you forward. This is the work that actually moves you forward. And it's not the work that it's the work that most of you avoid, right? The clear mission, the structured program, the basic budget, an evaluation plan, the consistent visibility, a defined target audience, proof of need. This is the work that most leaders avoid. Why? Because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. Fundability, being attractive to a donor, a funder, a supporter, is built on 5 pillars. And when you fix these 5 things, everything becomes easier. Everything becomes easier. Guarantee. Number 1 is clarity. Your message must be simple and direct. This is the problem, this is who has the problem, and this is how we solve the problem. Right? Number 1 is clarity. If you can't explain what you do, why what you do matters, who's affected by what you do, that's not clarity to the donor, to the funder, to the supporter. Number 2 is structure. Funders must see a real program, not just an idea. Y'all, I cannot tell you the number of people who say, Jen, I started my nonprofit and this is what I want to do, right? This is what I want to do. I'm like, all right, well, how you going to do it? Who's the pro? Well, I'm still working that out. I don't know yet. Structure. They want to see visibility. Number 3, people must see proof that your nonprofit exists, that your program is needed, that your program works. Visibility. Number 4, credibility. I'm working with the lady right now who says, Jen, I'm looking to build my nonprofit, but I don't know anybody, right? I don't have any relationships in the community. I've been, just operating in a vacuum and in a silo. So now there's no credibility. Your presence, your consistency, and your communication with the people who are not in what you do. That's what builds trust. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Building relationships don't happen overnight. But there has to be some credibility to the person that you're speaking to for them to be inspired, to be introduced, to be clear, to be confident, to want to connect with what you're doing, right? So credibility has to be shown. And then capacity. Funders must see that you can deliver what you promise. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. But you've got to show that you can deliver on what you promised. This is not about size. This is about predictability. Small nonprofits get funded all the time, but only when they are fundable. Listen, this part's going to hit hard, all right? But I promise you, if you all listen, it's going to change everything. It's going to change everything, all right? A non fundable leader example, all right? This is an example of something that's not fundable, okay? Not fundable. This is an example. Your mission is too broad. Your program has no structure, no measurable outcomes. You don't have a budget, no visible activity, messy social media, no community partners, and no clarity when explaining what you do. Funders see this and say, we can't take that risk. We just can't take that risk, right? Now, this is an example of a leader that is fundable. All right. This is an example of a fundable leader. You have a one sentence mission that's clear, right? You have defined and clear program activities that are intentionally designed to achieve the result. Okay. You have a realistic budget. You have defined board roles. You have a tracking system to show and prove that your program is on the mark to doing what you say that it's going to do. You have consistent visibility. You have stories, right? Or examples as proof. You have community engagement. You have people in your community that know you, that can vouch for you, that feel confident in what you do to align with what you do. Funders see this and they say they're small, but they're organized. They're small, but they're organized. You don't have to be big. You just have to be organized. You just have to be structured. Okay. Here's your transformational path. Here's your path of transformation. Okay. Your path of transformation. Let's fix your nonprofit the right way so that you can become fundable and not frustrated. All right. I don't want anybody to feel frustrated. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh my gosh, it's too much. And again, many of you all are trying to fix the wrong thing. Many of you guys are over, you know, doing things that aren't going to help you position your organization to be funded. Okay. So I want you to focus. I want you to focus. I want you to focus, right? The first thing is I want you to fix your clarity. All right. I want you to write your one sentence mission. We help who, in where, with what, so they can, whatever the outcome is. Okay. So the one thing is fix your clarity. The next thing is fix your structure. Build a program outline, a 12-month budget, a basic evaluation plan of your program, and clear board roles. Okay. Focus on those things. Number three, fix your visibility, right? The visibility of your mission, your why this program, why now, um, why this need, right? Create a story, a stat, alarming stat, a behind the scenes moment, right? Your visibility. Fix your credibility. Show up consistently where there are meetings and conversations in your community, where there's conversations about the need and the problem and how your organization is that solution. Show up so that they can see and look to you as a part of the solution. Okay. You want to get partners. You want to be a good partner. You want to share real examples. All right. And number five, you want to build capacity, track something small, right? You don't have to start big, but start small with proof. Start small with proof. Even 10 people served is data. Okay? Let me say this, funding is not first. Being fundable is first. Okay? So, what I want you to do is stop chasing money, but start building fundability. The moment you make this shift, your nonprofit becomes clear, more confident, more trustworthy, more visible, more structured, more credible, more attractive to donors and funders. You don't have a funding problem, you have a trust problem. And trust is built through clarity, structure, and visibility. Okay? Listen, I want you to start today. I want you to start today. I want you to start today. I want you to download um, my free nonprofit funding checklist. Okay. This is your call to action. I want you to get my nonprofit visibility guide that's going to help you show up consistently. And then I want you to grab my nonprofit readiness toolkit for templates that make you look credible fast. All right. I want you to keep building, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next video, or if you'll hear me in the next podcast. All right. I am Jennifer, your nonprofit expert, over 39 years of experience helping organizations put together plans and strategies, systems, and tools to make sure that you don't just start, but that you start with the plan, with the process, with the structure to be sustainable in this work. All right. I'll see you all soon.